Hey guys, and welcome back to Stalara Craft. Today we are going to be making peppermint bark tartlets. So I know peppermint bark is a treat that a lot of people, including myself, really love around the holidays, and today we're going to be putting our own special twist on it by using sugar cookie as the base. So these are the ingredients that you'll need. I'll put a full list down below as well as instructions on how to make the sugar cookie dough, and then I'll also put a link to a video where I actually made the sugar cookie dough in case you want to see that done. But let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is prep our work area with a little bit of flour, and then take some non-stick cooking spray and just spray some mini muffin tins. Once you've got that all set up, you're going to want to grab a book of sugar cookie dough. This should be really firm from being in the fridge for about 20 minutes, so it's easier to work with. Flour the top of that so it doesn't stick, and then use a cutting tool to cut it into 24 pieces. Now, I probably should have squared up the dough here before I started cutting, but I got excited, so some of the dough on the inside is a little bit bigger than some of the pieces on the outside, but I think it's going to be okay. So you take a piece of dough, roll it up into a ball, and then squish it down into your muffin tin so that the dough comes up along the sides. And you're going to want to make sure that the dough is relatively thin in the muffin tin. I'm going to be honest, I think that mine was a little bit too thick, as you'll see a little bit later. So the thinner the better, because it is going to puff up a little bit when you bake it. And you want it to come up just above the edges and feel just a little bit on the thin side. That means it's good. Once that's all full, throw those into a 350-degree oven and bake for about 11 or 12 minutes. Start checking at 8 or 9. When they start to brown around the edges, you know they're done. And while those are baking, we can go ahead and make our filling. So the first thing that you're going to need is some cream cheese, some sugar, cocoa powder, and vanilla extract. And then we can go ahead and whisk this up until it gets to a nice smooth consistency. If you're using a KitchenAid like we've got here, it'll probably take about 2 or 3 minutes on a medium speed. If you're doing it by hand, you're going to want to get those arm muscles ready. It'll probably take like 5 or 6 minutes. Also, pro tip, if you're using a KitchenAid or a hand mixer, you're going to want to start slow and then let stuff incorporate a little bit and then move it up to a higher speed. Otherwise, you just kind of get a giant poof cloud from the cocoa powder. Not that I've done that and made a big mess, but I've done it and made a big mess. So once you've got everything well incorporated, you're going to want to transfer it into a piping bag or a ziplock bag if you don't have piping bags. I like to put mine into a tall glass so that it props up and it's easier to get in there. But once you've got it all in there, put that in the refrigerator and let it firm up for a couple of minutes. And by this point, your bases are probably done baking, so check on those. You can see these ones are nice and lightly browned on the outside, which is great. And so we're going to want to let those cool in the tin for about 10 minutes and then on the wire rack until they're completely cool. And then while we're doing this, we can prepare our peppermint chips. And I just do that by putting candy canes into a plastic bag and then using a flat object to distribute pressure so I'm not like pounding into my countertop. Once your sugar cookie bases are completely cool, we are ready to start assembling. So pull your cream cheese cocoa mixture out of the refrigerator and start piping it in. Now if you don't have a piping tip or a piping bag, that's totally fine. Just take a Ziploc bag and cut a small corner off. It works just fine. We're going to be covering these in peppermint anyway, so it's not a big deal. And at this point, it's super important that you don't steal one of these cookie bases and eat it thinking that no one will notice. They will. And for your final touch, you're going to take those peppermint pieces and just sprinkle them right on top. Now, you could take 10 minutes and arrange them perfectly, but that seems a little excessive, so I wouldn't if I were you. And in this video, I am me, so I didn't. But at this point, your peppermint bark tartlets are ready to eat. I hope you guys really enjoy them. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or share on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos every week. I heart you guys, and I will see you later. Goodbye!